Hello and welcome. My name is Ash, and welcome to my YouTube channel, Ash Knows Travel, where we go over everything travel. And today we are doing a live travel advisor training on finding your niche and owning it. Now, I like to train on things like this because I know it kind of brings it back to the basics of being a travel advisor, but something as having your own niche can absolutely change your booking game when it comes to being a travel advisor. So it's important that we have some kind of niche in place so we can always focus our ideas and content around it. So today we're going to get into that. If you haven't already, make sure you like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. I try to do trainings all throughout the week, and I want you to be notified when I'm doing them. So make sure you go ahead and hit the subscribe button. And if you like this training today, please go ahead and leave a comment that you thank you or you liked it or something. Give me some feedback on it and make sure you like it as well. So let's go ahead and get started. Finding your niche and owning it. An overview of what we're talking about today. We're going to talk about why you should have a niche. We're going to talk about your interests, desires, and needs in travel. We're going to talk different types of niches, types and niches in general. We're going to define the target audience for your travel business, identify gaps and opportunities. We're going to even just show you the fancy solution wheel that I made a long time ago, but it works, and how to turn your niche into your market. And then, of course, niche tips. So right off the bat, I want to go ahead and say before I even start, it is okay to have more than one niche. And it's also okay to change niches over time. I don't want to ever lead in a training that you have to have something, okay? It can be a game changer for you, but I can tell you as someone who's been here for over 3 years, when I first started, I wanted to sell Las Vegas. Then I realized that's not very broad. That's only a few certain amount of people that go to Vegas every year. So then I had to expand because I needed to start making more money. So then I just wanted to become the hotel and flight booking queen. I said fight, right? Yeah, fight, no. Uh, Flight booking queen. And so I maxed out my instant commission. But then I realized, hey, I kind of want to earn my IATAN card. So then I realized, okay, wait, we need to book bigger trips. So then I branched out. And now, as 3 years in, I book mostly all-inclusives, which really kind of branches out to birthday parties, like birthday celebrations, honeymoons, family get-togethers. Like, it kind of goes around, but deep down I'm really just pushing all-inclusive trips and cruising. Those are the two that just kind of help me in general, and I don't break it down too further than that. But there are people out there that just want to do group events. There are people out there that just want to do birthday trips, and that works for you. But I want you to understand that when you're picking your niche, I don't want you to put yourself in a box either. So I'm going to kind of go over that today too. Now, continuing, what is a niche? So in the travel industry, a niche is a specialized segment of the market that caters to a specific type of traveler, destination, or travel experience. Rather than offering like general services, right? A niche travel focuses on particular interest, preferences, or demographics such as adventure travel, luxury vacations, family trips, or even ecotourism, which is kind of big now. So the reason I really like to talk about niches is because it's going to help set you apart, right? What's the importance of it? Why should you have it? So you're going to be able to attract ideal clients, Specializing in a niche is what drawing what these people are looking for. When you start posting about it and it gets to a regular, consistent basis, people are searching for this same type of travel. If you don't know this, travel is one of the most searched things on the internet. And then it breaks down because travel is technically a $9 trillion market, right? Because everybody travels. So it breaks down. When you're going into a niche, you're a part of that breakdown. You're going to be one of those people, oh, well, that's what they specialize in. Okay. So it's going to give you the ability to offer clients exactly what they're looking for and making the sell a little bit easier and faster because they're already in the right market for that type of travel. It's also going to help you build expertise. You're going to be able to focus knowledge and kind of just around that specific destination or experience, and it's going to help enhance your credibility. Also reduces competition. We all can be travel advisors, right? But what makes you different from every other travel advisor? And that's what a niche does. It also can help increase client loyalty. If they have a good experience, maybe you're one of those people that just want to do like food and wine tours. A good business partner that I used to, he kind of does them now more than ever, but he used to do group events too. But he did a lot of food and wine tours. His name was Mike. And when he started really doing those, they didn't really pop off at first, but now it's like a whole thing event for him. Every year he does at least 1 or 2 food and wine tours, and there's like tons of couples that go to this. It took him a little time to get it enrolled, right? Like to get it started, but now it's a part of him that he does as his niche once or twice a year. He also does something I like to talk about him. He also does sous vide, which is a type of cooking. And on that type of cooking, it's like he has a whole entire Virgin Voyage cruise that he set up with sous vide, and he does it with them. And I probably said that wrong. If I didn't, I'm really surprised. But he does that type of cooking on the cruise, and he partnered with Virgin Voyages, and he brings people on the cruise every year. Now, obviously, that's way bigger than what a lot of people do these days. But I'm just explaining to you that once you set your heart into it, right? His passion was sous vide before he even joined. So when he was able to take that and then turn it into travel, it changed the whole game for him, right? And you have that same capability with the niche. Now, does it have to be something that eccentric? No. But if you have a passion for booking a certain type of travel, or you have a certain type of passion that would actually interest you, it's going to help bring people around you because they can see the authenticity that is put into your business. It also helps enable targeted marketing. Why? Because when you're marketing and you're just like, okay, here's a travel deal, here's a travel deal, here's a travel deal, you're hitting a bunch of people, right? But when you have a specific, look at this resort, look, whatever, a great family deal. Who am I targeting? Families. Look at this couples getaway. Who am I targeting? Couples, right? Look at this place in Bali, Indonesia. Look at this. Where am I targeting? People that want to go to Bali. So having that focused marketing is what kind of attracts the particular right audience that you are trying to go for, right? So step one, how do we do this? Okay, first of all, I want you to get a pen and paper or a place to take notes. If you are really in the need, now if you're just like watching this training to kind of, shimmer it down into a specific niche, that's one thing. But if you are really trying to figure out what you want to sell, get a pen and paper because we're going to do something together. Okay, so step one is going to be self-reflection. You need to kind of stop and think about what your own passions are, what your own interests are, and experiences. Consider what aspects of travel excite you, especially when it comes to booking. Don't try to sit there and push a whole niche on something that scares you. I'm going to give you an example of something that scares me. Okay, tours. Tours scare the crap out of me because it's a lot, right? I've been here for 3 years, and they still scare the crap out of me because there's just so many parts of them, right? But there are people out there every single day that just book a tour, book a tour, book a tour, book a tour. So that doesn't mean that it's hard to book tours. It just means that I'm not interested in it, right? And you need to kind of figure out what part that you are interested in when it comes to booking. Are you interested in booking the cruises? Are you interested in booking, local hotels and flights? You can do that too. That's something that people do every single day. And I'm telling you, I mastered it. When I first started, I just let everybody know, hey, I book hotels and flights. Are you going somewhere? Okay, you're going this weekend? Let me hook you up. And I used Expedia Tap at first because I didn't really understand VAX until I kind of sat down and learned it, right? So we all have our own little travel journey that we are taking when we become travel advisors. And it involves a lot of self reflection. And it's okay to change that over time because your ideas and needs for travel are going to change over time as well. So when you're considering, okay, what do I want to sell? Just stop and think what actually is interesting. I'm gonna number two. I'm ready to go to number two. All right. So now we're going to break down the actual types and niches, and there's a whole list. So I want you to get ready to screenshot what I'm about to show you. Okay. So there's two ways you can technically do this. So types of travel are going to be like adventure travel, luxury travel, sustainable, solo travel, family travel, culture. I mean, it goes crazy. And I have a whole bunch of lists that you can pick from. And then you can also kind of do like a niche as in like an experience. So not particularly any person, like adventure people, not luxury people, more of like a wildlife safari, culinary tour, adventure or photograph tours. Like there's different niches and experiences that you can break it down to too. Even as far as just destinations, maybe you just want to sell a certain destination or a certain few of them. You can do that too. There's not a right or wrong way to do this. I just want to expand all of the possibilities that you have. I don't want you to just sell luxury travel because you think that's the only option. No, there's a ton. Ready? We're getting there. Popular niches. All right. Like I said, destination, demographics, interest based, and occasion. A lot of people do occasion based. I forgot that one. But I'm glad I have this slide because I was going off the top of my head. A lot of people do occasion-based niches, which can be like honeymoons. If you're going to do honeymoons, you might as well do destination weddings because they're to go together. Corporate retreats, wellness retreats, religious travel, right? Maybe quinceañeras. What else do we have? There's just a lot out there that you can do. So if you enjoy planning something like events, then you might want to stick to type of events or occasion-based themes. Okay. Now, here's your list. Ugh, and I don't know why it moves. It's a Canva thing. But that drives me crazy. Hold on. Let me get out of Canva. Go away, animate. No, don't remove all of it. Dang. Okay. Nope. There we go. And the other one's going to do it too. All right. Thank you. I love how I just stop mid-training. Okay. That was driving me crazy. I want you guys to be able to screenshot this. Let me go back and forth. There we go. All right. So arts and culture. I mean, Erica Gonzalez a long time, she sent me this list and she said, make me a find a niche training because you're the best at it. I said, all right, fine. This is the list that she gave me. And I still to this day use it because it's the only list I could possibly find. I think this is from Travel Leaders Network, if I'm not wrong. But arts and culture, they have community, identity, interest. That's cool too. They have like introvert travel. I like that. That's unique, right? LGBTQ plus. We have singles travel. There's a lot of single cruises, a lot of single resorts, like Temptations. We have hedonism. You can even kind of, do a little singles there. Solo women travel. Girls. There's a group on Facebook called Girls Who Love Travel, and that is one of the most biggest women-based travel groups, right? So that could be a good thing. Like for Mike, he did sous vide, so workshops, cooking workshops, you could do something like that. Air only travel. I'm going to tell you something. One of my first agents, her name's Safa. If you look right now on the top income earners, she is number 8. Okay. She has been here probably just as long as I have. She was one of my first babies that I brought on. And she started out, okay, back in the day, we used to have this 3-day, 2-night hotel voucher that we would give out. And now I think we still have something like it, but I don't remember. And she started out, she had a community around here that would fly back to their home countries a lot. So she started a little thing, book a flight through me, I'll give you a voucher. And it kind of built her a little business, right? So now she actually does group cruises and group trips around the world with those same people that she was booking flights for. So it changed over time, but she started with something as simple as air-only travel. Because what is the most common thing that people do? They go to flights, right? They take flights everywhere. They stay in hotels, right? They're also, going work travel. We've got leisure travel. There's a lot that people do every single day. So you can start there if you want. What else do we have? Cruises. There's all different types of cruises. You don't have to just do the carnival cruises, okay? As the travel advisors, we have access to LGBTQ plus cruises. We have access to luxury cruises, ocean cruises. The luxury cruises, there's some that I've seen that are like over $12,000, $13,000 for a basic room. You have access to those. River cruises, you can find them all in Travel Leaders Network, actually, all the ones that we have access to. World cruises, you can even do yachts. Ecotourism, that's all different kinds of travel. You guys heard about glamping? Glamping is like a fancier version for camping. Okay, you guys can do stuff like that. We have options for those. Entertainment, maybe you want to focus around certain theme parks like Disney. Disney is always going to get a lot of reviews, but I'm going to tell you, Disney is a very saturated market. So if you start there, I wouldn't just start only there. I would book family trips in general, just my personal opinion. Amusement theme parks, casinos, maybe if you want to do some Las Vegas. I did a lot of Las Vegas and I had bookings. It wasn't an issue for me, but I just figured that making this full time that I wanted to expand, right? So let's go to the next page. There's more destinations. So they have different destinations. The Caribbean, you could be a Caribbean and just sell Caribbean vacations, right? Faith-based, family travel. They have adult only, celebration, family reunions. There's a lot. Feel free to screenshot these. Okay. And I'm just talking so I can leave it up long enough for you to screenshot. What about I almost said girls. What about the nurses that travel? Maybe you can get in with the company that books the travel. You could book the travel for them, right? Airline charters, girlfriend getaways, guys trips. I booked 2 guys trips and they were great group trips. Volunteer trips, maybe get into the schools, start working with the universities, wellness retreats, inclusive, accessible travel. I have met quite a few agents that have some kind of accessibility in their life, and they incorporate that into their travel to teach others about it. It's a great way to go. Romance travel. What else we got? Sports and outdoor activities, cycling, golf, safari, tennis, all of that, right? So feel free to screenshot this, please. Okay. And I can't see the chat when I'm doing this because I'm on Canva clearly. So if you guys need me to go back at the end, just let me know. I can share this with you guys. Like I can probably put it in a document and I'll share it with you guys. Let's see. Keep going. All right. So here's an example of how you can do this. If you don't know what kind of the breakdown for it, if you want to write this down, you can. But when I kind of decide, like this is just some examples, right? But this is all what you can really do. Like don't just stop with one type of travel. So let's just say we said hobby. So that would be like kind of like this, right? If we did, give me something. Okay. What if we did something like, heritage travel is good too, culture travel. So if you did something like culture travel, right? Go back. So culture travel, you can list all the different types of destinations. There are cruises that do world travel. You could do a cruise, you could do resorts, you could do hotels, you can do different areas. Then you want to talk about different people that you want to target here. What type of network can you build? Who are you going to contact? Like, for example, this guy did Uganda, learning outdoors. I know it's a little bit different from this one, but same idea. Types of travel, responsible travel, educational, adventure travel, college alumni currently study abroad, or outdoor lovers, okay? Skiing, Sweden, and then it said ski destinations, adventure or group travel, Nordic ski club, ski shops, ski classes. That's great, right? And I know that's a little broad, but I want you just kind of get a rough idea of what you can do with this stuff. You don't have to put yourself in one bubble and only sell one type of travel. Normally, any kind of destination, any kind of hobby has several different means of travel built into it. So you can use all of your travel advisor perks to your benefit. Now, step 2, finally, define your target audience. Who is your niche meant for? Okay. You need to define your target-based audience based off of the demographics you're choosing, the interests you're choosing, the preferences and the travel behavior. For example, you might only want to target Generation Z. Maybe you want to target millennials. And I know that's really broad, right? Because how can you really sit there and be like, okay, what's your age? But these travelers built in our generations throughout have a different style to travel. And if they have a certain type of travel, you need to kind of adhere to that, right? Consider factors like age, income level, travel motivations, preferred destinations, and lifestyle choices. Depending on what niche you have, that's who your target audience is, right? Understanding your audience will help tailor your offerings and market strategies effectively. Now, I say this with really deep thought. When you are marketing, not all marketing fits one type of person, right? Certain things in the marketing field grab other people's attentions. When you're starting to market your niche, kind of play around. You can't just start with the, hey guys, so now I'm doing adventure travel. What do you guys think? Like it's not something that kind of starts off that way, right? So you have to start posting, kind of bringing in the niche, posting in the ideas. The best way to do that is how? Educate them, educate them on. And I even did this with my travel business. This is how I first announced my travel business was, oh, so yeah, travel, here's another travel post, oh, there's another. And then I was like, did you guys know that you can become a certified travel advisor? Said it just like that. And then people kind of, said something. And then, like a couple of weeks later, after posting a little bit more about travel, I announced I'm a travel advisor now. Why? Because I'm warming it up. I'm bringing in people who talk about travel because I'm talking about it. And then, boom, announced it, right? You can kind of do the same thing with your niche. You don't have to announce it, but maybe as you get your certifications for it, you can announce it. But just kind of bring it in there, bring it in slowly. Okay, you don't have to overwhelm them and say, all right, now I do adventure travel, bye. Doesn't have to be that deep. Okay, but what I want you to understand is that you are not meant for everyone. You don't have to be everybody's travel advisor. You need to be unique. You need to be, stand out. You need to be confident in it. So what do I mean by that? Personalized service to meet clients' needs. That doesn't mean that you need to book just random all inclusives. What does that particular client need? Maybe they need more than just an all inclusive, right? Save time and resources by focus on relevant content and offers. Market effectively with target ads and promotions, and enhance your expertise on specific destinations and travel styles. Why am I telling you this? Because these are things that you can do to make yourself unique, right? If you have the same type of content going on and on and on, they know what to expect from you. When you're doing your, the actual booking, you need to offer the certain services that pertain to your niche so it can follow back to you, right? And then that's going to help with the targeting and the ads too, because you're going to be able to just put certain things that fit your niche. So, step 3. This is a big one. When you're deciding your niche, sometimes when people get to step 3, they scratch the niche that they have written down because you realize, wait, what are my opportunities in this? So, I want you to think about this before you go all in with your niche. Identify the gaps and the opportunities. You need to sit back. You can talk to ChatGPT to do this. Okay. Um, Sit back and think about all the different ways that your niche in particular is underserved or overlooked. And then kind of think of that, how it aligns with your interests and your expertise. Look at ways that you can gain clients in this area, is what I'm trying to say. Look at ways that you can be unique when you're doing your offerings that make you stand out from everybody else. And then, of course, cater to those specific interests or demographics that are not actively addressed by existing offers. So go look at other people. Go look what other people are doing. Search them on Instagram. What is this person? Just like the type of niche that you have. Search that up. What is being said in that niche category? What can you do to be different? And I'm going to help you with this. Ready? We're going to go. So, for some examples, the most common problems that people have when they're like certain niches. What are the most common problems for people like who do adventure travel, what is the basis of it? This is what I'm talking about. So first of all, budget. You can easily educate people how they can affordably travel with your specific niche, right? So you can break that down by expenses, the best dates to travel, the amount of people. You can get a group rate if so many people go, and the type of travel requested, right? So how can you do that? So show different locations for your niche. Show different packages for your niche that are budget friendly. make the different dates so they can see what's the best time to plan. Different types of vacations that also work within that niche. So, for example, if I did family travel, budget's one of the most common constraints when it comes to booking family travel. So I would show them different options that they can do, right? Okay. Research. A lot of people, if they're interested in that type of travel, they don't know about it. So you can easily educate them on the lack of knowledge that they have on that type of travel. You can do different locations, different tips on how to travel there, different tips on what your travel is. So, family travel, best way to travel with the family, 10 top hacks for traveling with your family this summer, right? And then, of course, put it in there. If you've been watching all of my trainings, I just did one on Amazon. This is a great way to do this. Different things that you need when you're traveling, include your Amazon products, right? Now, time constraints. Now, there's going to be different dates, season, and events that people can book certain types of travel. You can kind of hit this. So I tell you guys normally in my trainings to book it at least 3 months out, right? When I'm marketing at least 3 months out because it gives me time for deposits and it gives me time to kind of set up when I'm getting paid out, right? So when I'm doing that, keeping that in mind, the types of travel right now, okay? So for my example, I do all-inclusives, right? I'm booking travel for September, October, November, and December, okay? Because June, July, and August, they're kind of already booked. They're kind of done for, right? So now I'm hitting on the next couple of seasons. What's coming up? What can we think about? Christmas, right? Thanksgiving here in the US, if you're not, whatever holidays you guys have. Think about stuff like that because that's when people start booking their trips, right? So this is a great marketing strategy for your type of travel. Here we go, losing the voice. All right, next one. If you have a type of travel that has a lot of like itinerary components, you can come in and kind of teach them, right? Show your knowledge by completing guides. You can just write guides on how to book this type of travel. Show that your expertise. Tell them, hey, join my group. And if you join my group, you will get a free travel guide of whatever your niche is. That's a lead magnet, right? You can give tips. You can even do videos on how to make itinerary planning easier. Anything like that works great because it hits that common niche problem. So, how do we find our own niche problems? Okay. So you can do this. You don't have to make it a circle. I just call it the solution wheel. I made this a long time ago. I saw some ladies like training on marketing and I like kind of took it from there. Not gonna lie. All right. Then I turned it into a niche. So how do we do this? So even if you don't want to make a circle, just write it at the top, write your niche in the middle. Okay. Write the main part. Then I want you to go in each spot. This is what I do. So each spot I put in a problem. So I'll have my niche here. I have an example on the next page, but then I write each problem in these spots. Okay. Then above here on this part, I write solutions that can pertain to them. So that way I never run out of ideas, right? Now the solutions, okay, they're turning into marketing tactics, which go here. So my marketing tactic will be like, for example, all inclusive. A lot of people don't know about destinations. So I'd put the destination here. So what would be the solution? Let's just say we go this way. The solution would be to teach them about destinations. How could I do that? Reels, right? Destination reels, something like that. Let me show you. So weddings. So where to go? Okay, well, a lot of people don't know where to go for weddings. So what would I do? Research the best locations. How would I show them this? By showing them different wedding destinations that they can go, right? Same thing, weddings. What's the main thing that people can't do? They can't afford it. So I show them deals by creating packages that I show them, okay? And I know that seems kind of silly, but a lot of the times people miss out on these little small parts of their niche that could honestly change the game for them when it comes to booking. It could be a simple video if you're just educating people on different types of travel that is inside your niche that can get you that, different booking that you're not used to. So don't be afraid to hit all aspects of your niche is what I'm getting at, okay? Now, step 4, now that you have your marketing plan, because that's really what this is. That's a marketing plan that gives you several different options to create for marketing. Okay. The solution wheel that I'm referring to, guys, You can find this on Google. It's actually a color wheel, and then just type in black and white color wheel if you're really excited about it. If not, just use some paper and write it out. Okay. Now, step 4, turn your niche into your market. Okay. Now, what do? So we're going to create a brand image. So for example, my business, Travel with Ash. If you look at the back of my logo, it is, let's see. Well, let's see. Let's look at my logo. I should have it somewhere in here. Doo, doo, doo. Hold on. I want to show it to you because I want you to understand it. Why I built that identity in your image of yourself, right? So let me scroll. You're going to see some of my people on here. Travel with Ash. Where you at? Wow. I don't use my logo enough, clearly. There we go. Oh, no, that's my team one. Dang, it's in there deep. Okay. There she is. All right. Wow, we just pasted it right in the middle of everything. Okay, so in my background, right, I have me. That's my identity. I have different places that I can book, right? You can see, kind of get a feel of what I'm doing, right? That's a travel logo. I created this with AI, by the way. Okay, so create a brand image. I'm Travel with Ash. People know me as Travel with Ash. That is something that I have built for over 3 years. If somebody comes after me and tries to do Travel with Ash, they will fail miserably because I have created a brand image identity for myself and my company, and you will do the same. How did I do that? I just made my stuff. I set up all my platforms, set up my logo, and I started pushing these. I started answering the problems. I became the expert. I started becoming the solution for travel, right? Now, how do we do that? We become known for what we do. Like, it is a process, okay? When we tell you guys, when you guys first join, I do corporate presentations, and it says we take the top income bookers and we put them in front of you. This is all what they do. This is exactly what they do, right? They create a brand image, they build their identity, they become known for what they do, and then you meet the needs of your clients. That's how you turn your niche into the market. You have to turn yourself into a solution. That's what makes you different from everybody else, because your solution won't be the same as Betty, Tommy's, whoever, right? It won't be the same as Susie's because they don't have your thoughts and your creativity. So you have the availability to turn that niche of something simple like family travel into becoming a solution for their needs of travel. Okay. Now, let me go back into presentation mode so I can just stop talking. There we go. So niche tips, how to find your niche, okay? Here's some things I want you to consider before you really go all the way in, okay? See profit potential. I had this issue when I chose Las Vegas. I'm not going to even lie to you. I was like, oh, that's not a lot of commission. Because why? Las Vegas is cheap. It's not really, but it can be. If I really wanted to do some budget travel, we could, right? Marketing strategies. If this is going to be something hard for you to market, if you don't feel comfortable with it or you don't think you can learn over time, then you can change it. Don't stress yourself out. This should be fun. I know it's business and I know it can be hard. I'm not going to sugarcoat that, but you should be excited to do this. I love making my videos. You can tell I love making my videos if you've ever seen any of my previous trainings. You can tell the love that I put into those videos because I love what I do. I always tell you guys, we have to make sure that this career fits our lives, not not the other way around. We don't want our lives to fit into it. We want it to fit our lives, right? So you need to kind of make it into your identity. Not weird, not salesy, right? I'm still me, myself, and I, but they know me for travel, and that's what makes me very successful here. So, lastly, consider how comfortable you are. We talked about that. Test your niche, and if you have to make changes, it's okay. It's okay to change. You're still going to get support either way, right? You're still going to see, okay, well, maybe that actually worked. Maybe I'll give you an example. One of my top bookers, his name is Lester. And when he first started, he lives in Florida in a retirement community. So he has a lot of access to a lot of bookings. And he thought, since I'm in Florida, I bet they're all going to want to cruise, right? So he first started testing it out. and he did some cruises, but the community came to him. He started listening to his clients, booking different things, and they said, we can book the cruises ourselves. We live in Florida. We don't need cruises. We want to go to Europe. And he was like, Europe? And now guess what? He books Europe tours. So it can change, and it's okay. You need to listen to your audience. Your audience might tell you, actually, we need this instead. But the ability to turn that listening to turning it into a niche is going to be the hardest part for you. Open your ears, pay attention to your audience, figure out what's kind of going on when you kind of release your niche a little bit, and then be prepared to make changes if you need to. Okay. So that's all I really have for you guys today. If you have questions, I'm going to open my studio now so I can see it. I hope this helped you guys a little bit. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Right? We have another training. Let me go see what we're doing next real quick, because I don't ever remember that off the top of my head. I just show up and train. No. All right. 1 second. And if you haven't already, make sure, like I said, you guys like and subscribe my YouTube channel. I appreciate any of the support. And I have to remind you. All right. So, yep, I show up and train. That's what we're going to do. So share this tab instead. Thank you. All right. So on Friday, right, tomorrow, we are going to do a mock booking, multiple resorts with one seamless quote, which sounds a little confusing, but I like to do like a whole bunch of dates. Like, let's just say not Memorial. In September, there's a holiday coming up. I don't remember it off the top of my head. So let's just say we're going to pick something like that. And then we're going to do like several different options for that particular date. And then kind of give them different benefits of each one that they can choose. And I turn it into a mock booking. And we're going to do that together. Right? All right. No. Okay. And we're going to put it into a flyer. And we're going to push it out to clients. So exciting. Yes. All right. So I will definitely see you guys tomorrow. I'm going to go to my studio now and play a little background music. And I will be answering your questions in the chat. And I will be ready to help you guys. So see you guys then.